each back might get a different job today. They might be detailing a particular Tipperary forward, and they could move all over. I think positions in the Kilkenny backs might be irrelevant.
And that causes a lot of problems, I think, in 2009. So I think that's going to be very, very interesting in the first 10-15 minutes, because I've no doubt Tipperary forwards would like to get this Kilkenny defence moving and put them on the back foot. It'll be interesting to going to invade it. So that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing, Michael, in this first 10-15 minutes.
I'm going to get a final.
And no one is going to invade it. So that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing, Michael, in this first 10-15 minutes.
I'm going to get a final thought from the two of you lads. Liam, you first. I know you're hopeful.
10 or 11 of the 15 positions the last day, Tipperary came with a plan, executed that plan very well, and just didn't finish the goal chances that they got on the day. The view is, will they get him again? You know, I feel they played really well. I think they're full of confidence. I'm encouraged to see Eddie's colours hanging a half-mast here, so I think that's a sign in itself that Kilkenny are feeling the pressure a little bit, so hopefully that's reflected on the pitch. And Tipperary maybe just to shade it, but you know, it's very, very hard to call, but I think we just might have enough in the last 10 minutes to get over the line.
No, look, I'd be happy enough. I think Kilkenny scored 322 the last day, enough for any team to win in All-Ireland, and I just think that they've done that with a few fellas really not firing. So hopefully today, I think it's key for Kilkenny that they don't allow Tipperary the goal chances that they presented to them to the last day, because Tip mightn't play as well today, but they could convert the goal chances, and that's the danger. So I'd be just hopeful that Kilkenny, a few more of our forwards will chip in with bigger games and bigger work rate.
All right,
in their own net back.
You'd expect them.
If Kilkenny go on as well, so I would suspect that Finlay will start at midfield with forward here, and they'll cover that defence, because they cannot leave it as open again as they did the last day.
Around the Heron, Michael D. O'Higgins, agus around Common Luke Glasgow, conclusion of the 127th Senior Hurling Championship.
Mickey Cahill is going to be with him, right? Because he had such an influence in the second half period again. If that does happen, you're going to see Mickey Cahill maybe coming onto the field a lot sooner than
full pace, 100% pace, and you cannot be. I do think that if he's bringing him on today, it'll be even closer to the end, or else much sooner.
This is Joe like that. Yeah. But I suppose it comes down to it. If it had a charity bet, I suppose it comes down to it. I just feel that Kilkenny might just get there. Now, if they're going to get it, it's going to be battle. If Tip win, I think they could really win it well. But I think the old battling quarries of Kilkenny, they'll kind of have learned a bit from the last day. They are taking a gamble, but Joyce is in there to stop the middle if he plays it. Now, he's willing to play corner wing back, and we see he usually should edge it out in the end.
Okay, Tomas.
I'm going to change my mind by the game. And what I liked most about Tipperary the last day, when they were 4 points down and almost went 5, and did not want to lie down, you know. So if that spitter is in there today, I think Tipperary will win.
Well, listen,
final deciding vote to you.
You know, you can say who will win is a toss of a coin. But what I would say is, every team has a life cycle, you know, and that life cycle is extended by winning. So Tip haven't beaten Kilkenny while Kilkenny have the legends that are on the field, and while they have a legendary man.
And they illustrate the finer skills of one of the world's fastest sports. That's the trophy they're playing for, of course. The Liam McCarthy Cup went to extra time rather than a replay, and that was 1891. And forward line, and ready to go right from the off when Brian Gavin throws in the schlitt. Time for the sequel. The draw match produced 54 scores. What does today have in store? It is Tipperary who won the toss. Brian Gavin is in charge. He was in charge also in 2011 from Kilkenny that year. And of course the draw match in 2013 between Cork and draw match underway. And a great big pile-up of bodies in the centre of the field here. Amazingly, they've all been contracted inside the 265s for just a moment. And then back went Kelly and Buckley to gather. 65-metre line intelligently across here. Held on to somehow by James Woodlock. Wiggling his way past this way and that. Final shot as far as Larkham. Another great block. An opportunity for Kilkenny to make something of it. In the end, rolled up by Conor Ford. Not a very good ball from him, however. Straight into...
Killian Buckley looks to be at centre-half back as well. And Kieran Joyce switched into cornerback.
That's Darren Gleeson knocking it all the way in here, dangerously so. Comes back out as far as Killian Buckley. Into space here as far as Shane McGrath. We're looking for the opening point of this match. Will this be it? It certainly is. Shane McGrath, midfield, really good score.
That's a fantastic score. Great catch there by Brendan Maher, who's been very involved in the game. And Shane McGrath took it on the hurling straight over there. There's Brendan Maher now. That's a great catch by him, and he's started very, very well.
Once again, getting by Killian Buckley, about to be challenged here by Conor Fogarty.
Richie Hogan moving out around the middle, and they're leaving some of their backs loose.
Shamie Calden trying to steal a march in here on JJ Delaney, and the referee on the part of the Kilkenny management. Michael Fennelly didn't make a lot of headway. Second time of asking. Tries to come through strong fire. Bubbles taking on Jackie Tyrrell. Awkward angle for him. Placing it brilliantly inside towards Patrick Buttermore. And Buttermore throwing through. Didn't get the shot away. Goalkeeper came out. Good save. Prodded away there by Seamus Calden. They recycled Tipperary. And John O'Dwyer once again trying to set it up for a colleague. Into it came Noel O'Dwyer, and that one is fired over the bar. Another score for Tipperary, and Noel McGrath gets his first. He got 4 in the drawn match.
Yeah, great ball there by John O'Dwyer over to Noel McGrath. Simple score, but there was a chance of a goal before that. Great ball by Bubbles O'Dwyer again, and good first touch by Bonner, but he took the extra touch and maybe carried it into trouble. But Kilkenny slow to react, and Tipperary...
Richie Power, the two Powers in the corner forward positions, trying to get it across towards his brother John. John Power deemed to have committed a foul, however. It's back here as far as Shane McGrath, swinging it over his left shoulder. Going to drop dangerously in and around 13 metres out. Lar went for it, didn't get out, nonetheless, all the way down into the inside forwards. Noel McGrath switched back in there. Here's on as far as Richie Hogan. Hogan drops it in and puts it over the bar. Great chance taken by Richie Hogan, and that should settle Kilkenny down. 2 points to 1 after 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's an important score for Kilkenny. 8 minutes gone, and that's, you know, Richie Hogan is on fire this summer. Great score.
Powell laying off the hand pass here as far as Richie Hogan. Got the only point there for Kilkenny a few moments ago. Look, it's Pádraig Walsh who takes this situation under control. Hits it from a massive distance. Keeper should have it. Remains nice and cool. Cuts it up well. Neatly in here to 25 metres from that tip goal. Once again, poor ball given away to Richie Hogan, however, and Richie Hogan can punish that poor slack clearance out of defence, and Richie Hogan's got a second point, and the teams are level in this final for the first time. 10 minutes are gone.
Yeah, good response by Kilkenny there. Good ball by Richie Hogan over the bar, but tip that should have been cleared.
Huge one all the way down here towards TJ Reid. Trying to get it under control. James Barry once again his marker. Cleverly playing it back here as far as Owen Larkin. Cool as you like. Beautiful score by Larkin. That's a bit more like it from Kilkenny. That's what you have expected from them. That maturity in their play. TJ Reid to Larkin.
Yeah, very simple there. Nice easy ball by TJ Reid. I know Larkin, we've seen that many times over the years. Just a little sidestep and a lovely score. And there's Pádraig Walsh with a great catch.
TJ Reid, who got a goal and 8 points 3 weeks ago. And of course he made Richie Power's first goal as well in that match. So just inside the 45-metre line. Should be a nice straightforward score for him, and it is pretty easy. Left out of proceedings from the start 3 weeks ago. Taken down by Conor Fogarty, looks around, measures it, but it's a little overhit. And back as far as John O'Dwyer. And O'Dwyer looking to get his first score, and he succeeds in doing so. The player has got 2 goals and 12. He's in form, and it's 4 points to 3.
That's a fantastic score. He just had room to swing his hurl from the sideline. Great block down by Garrod Ryan, and really Killian Buckley, he should have really driven out that ball, but a great block down and a super score by John O'Dwyer.
He started very well, JJ. This ball has got wonderful seasoned defender, the number 4 for Kilkenny. Up here it comes as far as John Power. Power tried to replicate what his brother did in the last match. This is taken away by Kieran Bergen. Going through a maze, it's there came Seamus Calden. His first possession, runs in there.
And Pádraig Walsh
from tip today, maybe a little variation. Calden, O'Dwyer, maybe to run.
Try not to let Tipperary win possession, but that was looks like it's a blood sub there as well being called.
Seamus Calden, 47 metres out, straight as you could wish, and up and over.
Yeah, that gets Callan right into the game.
Brian Hogan there on the left hand side has been substituted. Michael Fennelly, brilliantly done, huge distance out, great score by Fennelly, the 2011 hurler of the year.
Well, JJ Delaney had drifted out and threw a lovely hand pass, but lucky Michael Fennelly put it over the bar because Owen Larkin was completely loose inside him. All he did was throw on a hand pass, but super score.
5-4. And TJ has it, Barry's after it far. Back as far as Calman, his second possession. JJ's after it. Here's a goal to hoot by JJ Delaney. That was absolutely sensational defending. And it comes to Kieran Joyce, his first touch.
Seamus Callan clear. He took a few steps there, but look at JJ all the way, tracking him, brilliant defending. I'd say Seamus Callan couldn't believe that he was on his tail, and That's a certain goal save there, and a brilliant piece of defending.
Well, he's reinvigorated this challenge. TJ Reid, ready to hit this. From the middle of the park, it's swept away to the left-hand side this time. It's just up it comes towards John Power. Runs away as far as Porrick Mar. Dashing in that time, he was determined to win it. He injured himself as well. All the way up as far as Colin Fennelly. There with James Barry. Barry on his hands and knees. Fennelly then pulled down, and it's going to be a free hit. Could be a vital marking job, because we know what Bonner is capable of doing. Very few have been able to keep tabs on him successfully in this year's championship. TJ Reid, to try and add to the 1 point he's got from a free so far, succeeds in that task. 20 minutes are gone, and Kilkenny leads. Garrod Ryan, elusive as ever, beautifully in as far as Bubbles. John O'Dwyer, 2 men are after him, trying to hook him, succeeding in their task. In the end, Seamus Callan has to help out, trying to slip it through. Came off JJ Delaney. It's Callan again, looking for latitude or space or room or anything. Can't get it in the end.
And Conor Fogarty comes back there, makes up a lot of ground and puts in a great hook, and eventually is cleared.
And the Welsh now, going for it himself, lobbing it in. Goalkeeper comes out. Catch.
Kilkenny are trying to play the long ball every time, but Tipperary are taking far too much out of the ball.
And that's a very successful long ball by Conor Fogarty as far as Colin Fennelly, looking to make an impact against Brendan Marr. It's still Colin Fennelly. The challenge there was by Porrick Marr. Now looking to try and lay it off towards Richie Hogan. In nip Kieran Bergen.
Some Colin Fennelly trying to get through, some great defending by Porrick Marr. He held him up, and you see Porrick Marr there. You know, he stood his ground, and hard to win a free. Ironic maybe Kilkenny, but very, very interesting.
Defence is more on top this time.
They are indeed.
Richie Power is to take this deep inside his own 65-metre line. It's travelling, and again the goalkeeper makes the stop. Turn to Richie Power. Took the free a moment ago. Oh, his brother John very nearly got a touch on that one. TJ Reid's in there as well. So too is Kieran Bergen, right on the end line. Great catch, Kieran Joyce, the man they have called back in this year. 2 in the league now, 2 in the championship, and he's making an impact.
Well, he is, John. That's one thing. Both himself and Porrick Walsh very strong under the high ball, and
the WIT student, and he captained them to win the Fitzgibbon Cup back at the beginning of this year. Possession so far, Tipperary have most possession, but it's Kilkenny with a player in the square, because there is a player in there, and the referee has...
Yes.
Was he just in?
Just inside the square, by the looks of things, before the ball.
So the referee gives the free, and away comes Garrod Ryan, and a chance to try and get this one inside the right-hand upright, but he's failed. Lara's gone very, very deep altogether, all the way down towards Noel McGrath, helping him. The possession. He's trying for the shot himself from just inside the 65-metre line. The umpires look at it and wave the white flag. Second one for Shane McGrath. Brilliantly done. 6-5.
That's an absolutely brilliant score. Look at here, just rode the tackle there, flicked it over to oncoming tackle, and just inside the half or the 65. That's a brilliant score, and that's 2 fantastic points off the hurl by Shane McGrath.
Doesn't, and Lark Corbett takes the invitation. Goal chance, Callan scores! First goal of the match. Lar made it. Seamus Callan took it. 28 minutes are gone. It's his 16th championship goal.
Yeah, look at Lar there. Never lost that yard of pace. Brilliant. Picked it up brilliantly. What a hand pass. Very unselfish. Could have finished himself. And a great finish by Seamus Callan, you have to say. Very cool. Just dropped it in nice and low. Tapped it into the corner.
They ripped the Kilkenny cover to shreds in the league. I think forwards were very much on top in that. There were 10 goals in that game, shared safely between the posts. Should suit TJ Reid, scorer of 2 pointed frees so far out of 3 taken. And this time he makes absolutely no mistake. So all his scores come in tensions all the way down as far as John O'Dwyer. The man they call Bubbles flicks it inside a little bit too far beyond Shane McGrath, enabling Kieran Joyce to come out.
Bonner Maher just left the left arm in. Brian Cody's not happy with it.
Well, he missed one just a moment ago from a similar distance. The angle is slightly different, however. More right of centre this time for Seamus Callan. And Callan this time makes it absolutely certain low enough trajectory. 1 goal and 2 points for him so far. The Tip fans of the crowd happy. But back once again it comes. Michael Fennelly hitting it, and it's gone over the bar. Good score. Another one scored by Michael Fennelly. Well, he made a difference in the drawn match when he switched to midfield, and he's making a difference here just before half-time. One between them.
Yeah, he had very little room there, and fantastic block down here again by TJ Reid. But Michael Fennelly having a very, very strong game in the middle of the field. But Shane McGrath scored 2 points as well. So, like a lot of places, very good battles.
Here as James Woodlock goes forward, head down, determined. He's got a chance, and he's about to be hooked. And coming in on him was Conor Fogarty, and the referee Conor Marr slipping it back in here, retained with difficulty by Noel McGrath, juggling with it, keeping it away from his markers. Got it back out, and this one drops in and drops over the bar. Great score by Shane McGrath, his third. Well, as Conor Fogarty drifts back to defence, it's leaving Shane McGrath free on occasions to get those opportunities and to put them over.
Yeah, but I think Fogarty, in fairness,
Was that picked off the ground? I think it was. Richie Power, scorer of 2 goals and a point here in the drawn match. Having a go then with probably the last scoring attempt at the end of this first half, and that has drifted away. And it's been an intense opening half here in this replayed All-Ireland final. The only goal scored by Seamus Calnan after 28 minutes. Credit Lar Corbett as well for a wonderful run, and then good vision to see Seamus Croke Park. Half-time score, it's Tipperary 1-7, Kilkenny 8 points, and in a moment we'll be picking the bones from that first half with Tomas, Ger and Cyril. That's right after this.
Pass maybe would have been on to give it to another guy, and they failed to take those opportunities.
They're back. Let's go back to the commentary box. Michael Duignan and Ger Canning.
Second half just underway. No changes made by 35 minutes. Jackie Tyrrell out as far as Richie Power, and Power sends it in long and sends it in midfield. Jackie Tyrrell patched up. Onto it is Larkin. Larkin laying it off here. Wolves coming very well done by the goalkeeper Darren Gleeson. Certain goal of
fantastic save there, and
it's a remarkable save, isn't it?
Brilliant save, and Darren Gleeson has been very, very good for Tipperary since the start of the game.
Colin Fennelly still without a score. Well, Richie Power also without a score, and he's had a couple of frees. This one is just inside his own 65-metre line. So looking for one here at the start of the second half to make up for the goal they might have got a moment ago and didn't, but Richie Power does put this one safely over to 9 points. Just have a look at this again. Out went the stick there of Darren Gleeson. A wonderful timing, great bravery. Couldn't quite take it initially, but Colin Fennelly does. Fennelly advancing, and the referee saw a little drag back, so it's got to be a free in. And this free is going to be from 20 metres out. That's Colin Fennelly now running in there. Well, he's got involved right at the very beginning of the.
If he gets running with the ball, he's very, very dangerous. This should be a handy one for TJ.
3 points in the first half for TJ Reid. So just outside the 20-metre line. He pops it straight over. This time into TJ Reid. Onto it comes Colin Fennelly, and Fennelly in the end knocks it over and puts Kilkenny in front. So it's 11 points to 1-7. Colin Fennelly's first score.
Yeah, a huge start to the second half by Kilkenny. They're winning all the 50-50 balls. They're using their physical strength. You saw a couple of big hits going in there, and
movement, just 2 in the inside forward line. Great big, indefatigable James Stevens man. This is his 10th final match. Great record. Good distance in that. Flies through the air. Tears away past Conor Fogarty. And again it drops away to the left hand side. A smashing match. James Woodlock away into the inside forward.
All into space more, and they're reaping the rewards.
It's a great move as well, Michael, I think, of Colin Fennelly in on top of James Barry, who was pretty inexperienced at this level. From that puck out, James Woodlock unable to get to it. Kieran Joyce puts James Barry, who collects that one. Did well. He'd be very happy with that intervention. Out as far as James Woodlock. Helped out as far as Shane McGrath. And McGrath drives it down into the inside forward line. Seamus Calnan neither able to collect it.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the ball.
Good play here by Richie Power onto the 13-metre line, almost in the clear. I was watching Paulie Marr. Behind him came Richie Power, ready to take off, and then fouled by James Barry. And well, why not? That would put 3 between them, and see Kilkenny doing all the scoring at the start of this second half. His 5th. They're after him. Sticks got in. It was Kieran Joyce who got a little 5-metre line. And no need for Hawkeye. Kilkenny and Conor Fogarty are lording it, and the goalkeeper stepped back. Darren Gleeson caught that one well.
They're going to get back into this.
Shane McGrath hoping to lead the way inside towards Bonnermar. Lost his way, however. Helping out in that half-back position. Breaking out of half-back is Killian Buckley, and Buckley has played half-forward. Drops this one away to the left. Noel McGrath, and Noel McGrath fires it over the bar, his second point, but more significantly it's Tipperary's first score of the second time. 11 minutes to produce that. They've gone 13 without a score.
Yeah, and that's going to help us settle him down now, as I say.
Tipperary players around him, inevitably. Kieran Bergen is one of them. Out as far as Garroyd Ryan. Up to centre half forward where Seamus Callan has moved. Noel McGrath dragged back there. And the Kilkenny management team there, Brian Cody and Michael Dempsey we know, but of course Derek Ling and James McGarry have joined them. 2 so far. This to try and level up the match, or rather to put 1 between them, I should say, getting ahead of myself. Callan putting it over, he's got a goal and 3. At the moment we can't exactly read Eamon O'Shea's mind in that respect, but he has been preparing anyway. Mickey Cahill, that's a good ball inside here, and here comes Pádraig Welsh, and that's mishit. Prodded away by Kieran Bergen again. Walsh has a second attempt at it. Inside. Goes loose. Pádraig Mar goes low to collect that one. Gets over the loose ball. Here is Patrick Bonner-Mar. Back out as far as Seamus Callan. And Callan blocked down. Has a go again. Another block down. Brilliantly.
Huge for the game.
John Parr maybe. And John Parr has scored. The 22-year-old UCD student from Carrickshaw. His second point
if you
of
want
the
to see
championship.
what championship hurling is all about, you saw in that passage of play. Fantastic effort by both sides. Brilliant hooking and blocking. Unbelievable there. Full length there by Jackie.
To John O'Dwyer. And Bubbles has a shot. And this one is in. Just inside the left-hand upright. Point in each half for him.
And that's fantastic. Ball inside. Brilliant pick up by John O'Dwyer. And with 5 or 6 Kilkenny players around him, he managed to put it over the bar for a great score. And the second half has really picked up now.
And they work it away towards Richie Power. Slipping it across to his brother. Stopped out.
Oh, a block by James Barry, I think, at full back came across. The ball struck him, I think. Just watch it here. Richie Power over to John. James Barry.
Yeah, real courage.
Actually, see what happened there. The ball just struck him straight into the face guard, and John Power would be very disappointed. The place for that was down into the right corner, and he was going back across the goalie.
James Barry's okay. Referee's got to throw. TJ Reid then has a go, and this one is swept away to the right-hand side. This is what the fans have waited for. The 35-year-old coming on for his 71st championship match. His 15th All-Ireland final game. A player racing after him is Seamus Callan. Murphy hooked out as far as Owen Larkin, sweeping it over his left shoulder, dangerously in and up and over the bar. Great score by Larkin. Point in each half for him.
Well, that's an incredible score. If you look where he went from, he's playing left corner forward. He's over here on the right-hand side. Look at the spin on that. He turned it back outside. A beautiful ball straight over the black spot. And Paul Murphy with a fantastic catch.
All the way down to that inside forward line. College, he's been immense. All the way back into the forwards again. Inside towards TJ Reid, looking for a favourable bounce. Bonnermar went down. A penalty awarded by referee Brian Gavin. And we remember what happened in the drawn match and the 2 penalties that were given to his way here. He fell down.
Yeah,
was that the tangle?
But if you look at their eyes on the ball here, watch Kieran Joyce coming back. He goes to pick the ball there, and Bonner just falls over himself. And I don't think that's a penalty.
Very harsh, isn't it?
That's a harsh decision. And booked. I think, did he book him as well, or take him to be a free? And
what would you do here? Go for a goal? A point?
It looks like he's going to tap it over the bar just on his body position, but.
Well, I think he has learned a certain lesson from.
I would have nearly tried him in the full forward line, and
Hogan
scored 2 or 3
off.
points in the last couple of minutes.
Any team here this afternoon, what an achievement that would be. Happened in the league final down in Thurles. That's a good catch. Richie Power finishes. Another one for Richie Power. 3 goals in this All-Ireland final series, 2 the last day, 1 here, and it comes in the 59th minute.
That's a brilliant goal. Just look at his body position there. Absolutely brilliant in the air, and look when he got the chance, low on into the corner, but look at his body position. He held himself in the air, went up early, didn't panic then when he got the chance, took one look and put it away. A fantastic goal. And while Kieran Bergen has been outstanding at
this free inside his own 65-metre line. Look how close to the far stand he is. It's a massive free, but it is missed down there beautifully in front.
Not sure Henry Shefflin's chest. Maybe he's just tipping him across the arm there. Yeah, a good call. And TJ with a little chop down at the end there as well.
Intelligent. Composing himself just outside the 45-metre line. So this to bring it back to a 3-point difference. One for his brother and Colin Fennelly. Fennelly stepped onto the end line. Back here as far as Owen Larkin. They're working it in. The goalkeeper again, Darren Gleeson, makes a wonderful intervention. But Michael Fennelly again a second save. And in the end, John Power. Another goal for the Power family. 63 minutes, John Power's first ever championship goal, 2:15 to 1:12. Is that the significant moment?
Brilliant bit of play there by John Power, and Darren Gleeson did brilliantly well. But Michael Cahill caught in possession, and look at this, bounced up, another brilliant save, but Power is there to finish it off, and I think that could be the significant score now. Going to be very hard for
Cahill inside, they need something, they don't get it because...
In the air originally by James Barry, and then John Power following, simple task to tap it in. 2 brothers now with goals in Ireland final. I don't know.
Can he do so? First of all, can this one drop over the bar? It does. A third for John Bubbles O'Dwyer. This is in as far as Shane Burke. Burke tries to work his way in. Jersey pulled, caught the second time. Away from Kieran Joyce, indestructible. Paul Murphy's lost his stick. Still Bonner Marr. Can't come up for him, just one of those days. And a big, huge one all the way up and over the bar.
Now again, that's a massive passage of play there. Fantastic. I'm sure Tommy'd love a run, but may not happen at this stage. Michael Fennelly's been replaced now by Lester Ryan. He's had a huge game for Kilkenny. Brilliant, put in a brilliant shift in the middle of the field,
and denying them once again that very mean, obdurate Kilkenny ball away. However, straight to Brendan Marr from 45 metres out. Over the bar, it's gone. It's one back. Still between them. John O'Dwyer is the player down injured there, as we watch that again.
Yeah, I think himself and Seamus Callan. Seamus Callan hit him there, and his head hit the ground very, very hard.
Big one in, John O'Dwyer, lovely ball as far as Callan. Burke, back it comes, and the final shot, finished in the net! There's still hope! Another one! Brilliantly done here, after all that sustained pressure. Shane Burke was involved, but watch in the end as it reached Seamus Callan, and Callan got another goal. 2 goals and 5 points for him.
Very smart finish, but look, you need a bit of luck sometimes. That broke from now 2 points, a dangerous lead, and Tip will be looking for a goal to win this.
Lester Ryan playing it in here into the 20-metre line where it's forward to try and narrow that gap from an awkward angle, and he's missed it. It's hit by John Power, and that one has gone away left also. Eats under pressure, James Woodlock laid off the pass. Fennelly trying to round off this game for Kilkenny in style. Turns this way and that. Stopped by the goalkeeper to win his 10th All-Ireland hurling medal. Down here to Colin Fennelly. Didn't take his chance the last time. This time he does. He's got his third. It's Kilkenny's surely, but they're ahead by 3 points. That danger's been taken. Kieran Bergen, only a goal will take it to extra time. On as far as James Woodlock. Woodlock having a go, stopped, comes back out, and Kilkenny have won the All-Ireland. Brian Cody jumping for joy there with Mick Dempsey. Why not? It's taken 2 matches, but they are the champions. It finishes here. Kilkenny 217, Tipperary 214. Yeah, another wonderful final produced.